Hello, it is now the 20th of December, it's around noon, and although it's still a few days until Christmas, for me it really feels like Christmas has come early this year, because today is the first day that I get to work inside the set for Don Giovanni. At the beginning of the rehearsal process, we've done something unusual for this production. We have set aside in the budget a few days to work with the set before I meet the singers. And this is because the set for Don Giovanni is particularly complicated, and I want to dedicate the time I have with the singers, which is so limited, to interpretation, personality. I don't want to waste time to find out that things I had thought worked in a certain way have to be another way. I want to be able to dive straight in when I meet the singers. So we've set aside a few days in the rehearsal room with the set fully operational, and it's fantastic to be able to work this way. In the preparations, I've had a model of the set which the designer has built. It's scale 1 to 50, so it's really quite small, and with my big clumsy fingers I've been trying to move walls around and find out how the set is configured in different ways. But of course you have surprises. Things are quite different when you suddenly do it scale 1 to 1, and you have to figure out that a move that might be quite easy in a small cardboard model actually is quite big and clumsy and needs to be different in the big set. The story of Don Giovanni is a story about big ideas, but it's also a farce. And for that you need a set which can give you doorways, people turning around corners, overhearing things they weren't supposed to hear, bumping into each other. You really need a set with a lot of opportunity to play around, a dynamic set. And we've tried to do this, but this also means that I have to make a lot of decisions about how we do configure the set. We also have the element of a lot of video projection, and we want that to interact with the singers. So trying that out with the real set here in the rehearsal room before we meet the singers on the 30th is really an incredible thing to be able to do. We worked for a few hours now. We have a couple of actors who are stand-ins for the singers. We're working with a CD recording, and we made it through the first scenes of the piece. We've come to the Catalogue aria, a bit into the piece, where Leporello, the waiter of Don Giovanni, tells one of his mistresses about what a seducer he really is. And it seems like we've already sorted some important things out. Now it's time for lunch, and I thought I'd just give you an update. I'll be back on the 27th with more about the preparation for the work before we meet the singers on the 30th. Until then, have a really Merry Christmas. I'll certainly be thinking a lot about Don Giovanni over Christmas this year. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them on Twitter using the hashtag #ROHDonGiovanni, or you can post them down below here on YouTube, and I'll do my best to answer as many of them as I can. Merry Christmas and see you soon.